Hey folks, welcome back to another basics tutorial, and today we'll be talking about snapping. So snapping is one of the most basic navigation techniques that you need to learn in Blender or any 3D software, because it's going to enable you to move stuff really quickly around huge 3D scenes. Let's take a look at the top center area right here when you can see this U-shaped magnet. So that's actually the snapping button. If I have it turned on, it means that snapping is enabled. So when I move my box around, as you can see, it's sort of snapping to something. So what is it snapping to? Well, the answer is over here in the next box, which is currently set to increment, but usually you want to set this to vertex or face. So let's just go with vertex for now. And what I'm going to do is that I'm going to turn this off. As you can see, the shortcut is Shift Tab. So let's just use the shortcut to turn on and off. But for now, let me turn it off and let me show you a quicker way to snap stuff. With our current box selected and the vertex snap to option turned on, what we're going to do is that we're going to snap this box to one of the vertices below. If you forgot what a vertices is, when I press tab, as you can see in the edit mode, you can see these dots. Those are vertices. Press 2 for edges, these are edges. And 3, these are faces. So let's just go back to number 1, which is vertex, and let's just snap this cube to this point over here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to exit the edit mode and I'm going to select this box. I'm going to press G, and what I'm going to do is that I'm just going to hold down the control button to move it into place. So as you can see, the cube is selecting to that vertex over there. And if I want to snap it to the other vertices, it will do the same. So unfortunately right now, it looks like it's just snapping on top of the cube. And that's because we are just selecting the entire cube. So let's say if I go into edit mode and I just want this vertex to snap to this vertex here, same thing, just select the vertex and hold down control to snap it over it. So as you can see, the vertex is snapping to the vertex. So that's exactly what we want. And I'm just going to right click to cancel that last operation. And of course, if I change this to face mode, and when I select my vertex, and when I hold down control over a surface, it's going to snap to the surface. So I'm just going to let go somewhere here. And as you can see, it sort of snapped to that surface. So this is sort of like a first step in how you're going to place objects onto a table or the floor when you're modeling your house. Alright, so now that we know how to snap an object or a vertex or to a face or a vertex or something, what if we wanted to snap an object to a particular edge and have it offset? So for example, we have been snapping this box like this way, right? But what if, I want it to be offset. So for example, I wanted my box to actually snap this way instead of this way. So how I would do it is that I would actually move this box to the side and then press G again and hover my mouse over with the control button held to sort of snap it to the nearest edge where it is. And then the edges will actually snap. So the same thing will apply here as well. As you can see, if I snap it this way, it wouldn't snap with the offset. But if I moved my box here, and then when I press G and hover my mouse again here, their nearest edges will snap to each other. So that is another technique of snapping which you'll be using a lot during your home modeling tutorial. So yeah, that's about it for snapping. Of course, you can change the different types of snapping, but vertex and face is really all you need. Sometimes you may need increments, but I doubt you use it much. So yeah, that's it for snapping. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. This is a really quick and basic one, and see you in the next tutorial. But of course, there is one last tip that I have to let you know before I go in case you missed it in the building tutorial. I've used a lot of Xray modes in my tutorial, and it's enabled by the hotkey Alt-Z. And FYI, this mode can only be enabled in this viewport shading mode. So in the solid mode, this is where you can see your viewport shading in the Xray mode. you won't be able to see it X-rayed in the material preview mode or the rendered preview mode. So FYI, I say it again, the X-ray mode can only be accessed through the solid preview mode. And in this mode, this will help you snap to edges and vertices really quickly so that you'll be able to see where exactly you are snapping your vertex to. So yes, I hope this helps you in modeling your house, and I will see you in the main tutorial.